Greetings, Commanders! Well, in the world of T12, there are two schools of thought. Basically, there's tank builds, and there's offense builds. You're either using the Tier 12 base troops that have tear space damage by stacking HP and survival and guaranteed hit and accuracy to rely on tear space to do all your damage, or you're relying on commanders like Vega and Gilly, who have a ton of stat-ignoring skills like nonviolent resistance and breakdown and Leo, to break through your opponent's huge defense stats and crush them that way. So it's Tier 12 base troops, which are relying on basically tear space damage, or spell damage like Elf's Curse, versus Tier 12 Plus, who are relying on attack damage and big crits and big hits. So the Aegis, the new Arc Hall, what does it do? Well, really, it just brings commanders like Rogers, Elf, Reinhardt, any defense commander that's relying on Tier 12, the base troops, for damage and survival, gets them back in play. Gilly has been having a good run at it. Pkwy has been doing well. All the offense comms have been doing quite good in the current meta with the Tier 12 Plus. Well, now Tier 12 is kind of getting a little bit back. What I don't like about the Aegis is that overall the stats are low, right? It has damage reduction, that's nice, but it's stuck at 10%, which you gotta be careful. Once you get to 100% damage reduction, that's a lot of damage reduction. But defense and dodge, great for tank commanders, right? Resistance weakened and strengthened weakened, 2% per level, right? Only 2% per level. So even once my Aegis is level 20, we're only gonna be looking at like stats in 60%. So 60% defense, 60% dodge, 16% strength and weaken, 60% resistance weaken, 60% crit wither. That's the main stat I think is interesting here. Resistance weaken, strength weaken, fine. I prefer commanders in the current matchup to go against their specialty. Not a lot of balance, but I guess the really big players that are running Elves and Rogers do need a little bit of balance. They are going to be going against commanders that are using, airships against Elves. She's going to need some resistance weaken if she wants to land hits for tear space or whatever. So basically what you have is you have a tank build hull. You really don't need it if you're running a Vega or Gilly main. I don't think you do. Of course, now if you're just coming up in the ranks, you may find different uses for Tier 9, 10, and 11. But really what I'm comparing this to is Dawn, right? It's Aegis versus Dawn. Dawn gives you penetration, crit damage, accuracy, attack, strength, and weakened. Very specialized, very much favors Tier 12 Plus, very much for Gilly, who I main, right? So great for Pkwy, great for the damage full metal build, not really great. Full metal Vega. Who else? They're seeing a lot of new builds pop up with the new faction comms. For now, I'm sticking to the old reliable, right? Vega and Gilly are the main offense comms. These are the guys that are going to be getting the most out of Dawn. So that's kind of what I just throw it out there. It doesn't need to be that much longer of a video. Aegis is the defense hall for the high end, right? Dawn is the offense hall for the high end. If you want to prefer one or the other, go for it. Crit Wither is really going to be, I think, scaling best going into the super late game because it has an overall reduction. So does defense. But you know what? It's a new stat. We're able to exploit it. Elf's got a huge buff off this haul. I think she's going to benefit the most from it because she doesn't really rely on any combat damage. Even Rogers' Tyrant Cometh relies on some combat damage. Reinhardt, his Thorns, I guess Reinhardt does pretty well with this. Yeah, Reinhardt does pretty well. So Reinhardt and Elf getting the biggest boost off Aegis. It'll be interesting to see going into next week's playoffs. Really, that's what I want to see because it's hard to get these replays of these commanders, these celebrity commanders. Bingo's full metal, Gan's full metal, just Odad's Gilly. I want to see all these players' Gillies in action for their specialty builds and what they use against what. What do you guys use against Reinhardt, What is the best way? Is it still Gilly? Maybe. Is it full metal? Full metal's pretty good against Reinhardt. So I'm interested to see if anyone else pops up. But that'll be in the Galactic Battle playoffs, which we'll be live streaming as much as we can, guys. It depends on the time. Sometimes the Galactic Battle live streams happen at terrible times. But I will be trying to do it. I will be trying to host it. If you want to watch, click the bell icon below to let you know when I go live. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. Did I miss anything? Put it in the comments below. I don't know why I built this Aegis. I'm not going to use it. I guess I just had the stuff. But I think it's a cool hull. It's kind of funny looking, but we always say that about the new hulls. All right, we'll see you tomorrow.